Let's get right to that breaking news out of Minneapolis. This was the scene overnight. Thousands gathering at the location where a 37-year-old woman was fatally shot by an ICE officer.
The entire incident caught on camera. Federal authorities saying she tried to ram officers with her vehicle, a claim fiercely denied by local officials, including the city's mayor, who calls that a, quote, garbage narrative.
That city now on high alert, with Minneapolis public schools canceling classes for the rest of the week because of safety concerns related to yesterday's incidents around the city. We got it all covered this morning, including a closer analysis of those videos and just what happened. Starting in Minneapolis this morning with NBC's Maggie, Vespa. Maggie, good morning.
Hey, Craig, good morning. Yeah, the driver in this case identified this morning as Renee Good, a name echoing throughout this city. There have been, for what it's worth, people at the scene all night, including this group behind me now, who you can hear is playing music. Good's mother telling the Minnesota Star-Tribune that her daughter was an amazing person who took care of others and spent her last moments probably terrified. This as federal and state authorities vow to investigate this shooting, and we should warn you, images of it and its aftermath are disturbing. In Minneapolis, mourning and outrage over the fatal ICE shooting of a 37-year-old woman identified as Renee Good, an American citizen. Minneapolis police say Good was blocking the roadway with her SUV. You see officers approach, with one going to the driver's side door and another stepping in front of the vehicle. Good then reverses and accelerates forward and to the right as an officer fires multiple shots, striking her in the head, officials say. Her SUV careening forward before crashing into parked cars. In this reverse angle, the officer visible in front of the SUV, the driver accelerating. In the aftermath of the shooting, a man asking to help.
Can I go check a pulse?
No! Back up! Now!
I'm a physician!
I don't care.
A woman in agony identifying herself as Good's partner. Good was a mother of 3, according to the AP. The Department of Homeland Security quickly labeling Good one of a group of violent rioters, adding the unnamed ICE officer fired defensive shots.
This appears as an attempt to kill or to cause bodily harm to agents, an act of domestic terrorism.
In a new interview with the New York Times, President Trump saying Good, quote, behaved horribly, but saying of the tragedy generally, with all that being said, no, I don't like that happening. After showing a video of the incident to Times reporters, Trump saying, quote, it's a terrible scene. On Wednesday, local and state Democrats blasting the administration's self-defense argument.
Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is to ICE. Get out of Minneapolis.
Protests raged after the deadly shooting, with federal officers pepper spraying the crowd. Later in the evening, a calmer vigil and memorial in a community that finds itself in an unwelcome spotlight. How are people here feeling being at the center of this?
Frustrated, misunderstood.
Now, people here on the ground tell us they want the name of that ICE officer released and they want him criminally charged. We've asked DHS for his name. So far, no response. Also, amid the fallout of this shooting, we are rapidly approaching another government funding cliff at the end of the month, and some Democrats are now threatening a government shutdown over funding the Department of Homeland Security, with one Democratic senator saying they cannot vote for a budget that doesn't, quote, restrain the growing lawlessness of that agency. Craig.
Maggie, Vespa, starting us off there in Minneapolis. Maggie, thank you. Joining us now, NBC's Tom Winter, our national law enforcement and intelligence correspondent. Tom, good morning to you. Let's take a closer look at these videos here. We're going to take a look from a couple of different angles. Let's start with this angle from behind the vehicle. Walk us through what you're seeing and what's likely to stand out to investigators.
So I think a couple of things. First off, we don't know what happened before this incident took place yesterday. And a big question is going to be, why is this car in the middle of the road? Why did ICE, this is an unmarked vehicle, but there are flashing lights on it from the front. We see that later in the vehicle. Why did they feel the need to get out and try to talk to this person? What did they see here, and what is this interaction? We'll pause the video now. This is going to be a critical juncture for investigators and a critical point. What is happening inside the car? Is this driver panicking? Is this driver saying something that made ICE feel like this person is a threat? That's going to be a critical question for the investigators, the FBI looking at this, possible state investigation as well. What is this interaction, and what is it telling everyone everybody that's involved.
Let's go from this angle to the reverse angle now. Let's reverse the angle. What stands out to you from this angle? What's likely going to stand out to investors?
Right here, it's a little bit difficult to see. You see the vehicle accelerating. Right before that, the ICE officer is in front of the vehicle. That appears to be the ICE officer that fires. That timeline, Craig, is going to be so important to investigators. You're looking at it here. They're going to want to know when were the shots fired. It appears that multiple shots were fired. They're going to want to know where was the ICE officer positioned. There's at least one bullet hole in the front window of this car that we see later in some still images from the scene. So they're going to want to understand the ballistics of this. What did other people hear? What did other people maybe capture on video we haven't seen yet from Ring cameras? All that's going to be so important here.
What are going to be some of the major challenges for investigators here, Tom?
Well, first off, any seasoned investigator will tell you when there's this much video, it's great for us from a transparency standpoint, for us to understand what's happening. You're looking there at that bullet hole that I referenced, but it also can hurt in terms of getting people to really recollect what they actually heard and what they actually saw versus what they've been watching now on social media and watching on air with us. So that's going to be a challenge. Certainly trying to get the statements from everybody that's involved. Why was this car there? What led up to it? That's going to be another critical question for the investigators.
Really quickly here, lots of local law enforcement officers wear those body cameras.
Right.
What about ICE agents? Do they wear body cameras?
It is not their policy to wear body cameras. They've had a pilot program in the past, but there does not appear to be body-worn camera of this incident. That's going to be certainly a bit of a challenge, Craig.
All right, Tom Winter. Tom, thank you. Chanel, back to you.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.